staying with us. So joining us on the show to discuss the Dowen story is the President, Private School Association of Nigeria, Yomi Otubela, and also a children human rights and protection consultant, Taiwo Akinlami. Welcome to the show. Who do I have ready?
Thank you very much. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay. Both of them are here. All right. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to hear your thoughts on the story concerning Dowen. What exactly is happening and how do you think we can take this further to give justice to Sylvester?
I think that Sylvester's story is very sad in the sense that a man or a woman does not send his or her child to school to meet their debts. You know, a parent send their children to school to receive education. The school is supposed to be one of the safest places for children, where those who take care of children are supposed to have the duty of care to protect them. When that is supposed to be a field of protection becomes a place of death, it becomes concerning. And that is why all hands must be on deck to ensure that justice is done to the soul of the child that has departed. Now, justice in what form? What do we mean by justice? We must investigate the circumstances under which the child died. Apart from investigating the circumstances under which the child died, we must be interested in the role of the school in all of this. We must be interested in the machinery that is put in place to protect children in that school. I think those are the conversations that must be on the front burner because, you see, this is not the first time a child will die in a school in Nigeria. Since 2015, since 15 years ago, I've studied the circumstances under which children have died in school. And I can say to you for free, categorically, challenging everyone to a debate, that in all of those circumstances, or in almost all of them, schools have been found culpable.
I want to start by saying that the challenges of indiscipline and all other issues of bullying, intolerance, imbalance of power are societal issue, and school cannot be treated out of the society. I am saying this because the children who have been alleged to have bullied, maltreated, and tortured these young boys to death, as alleged, are not coming from the blues. They are children that are coming from one society or the other. In our association, we are aware that Lagos State government have locked down the school. The police have set in and also started the investigation on this matter. It is from this angle that we are waiting for the outcome of this investigation. And I must say here that in the past, where we have issues of child bullying, molestation, even rape, there have been concluded cases. I want everyone who are concerned not to look at when news are just broken. We should also follow up to see that we know how cases are ended.
Research has shown that when children feel connected to school, they have better learning and behavioral outcome. The question is, what is the purpose of a school? Better learning and behavioral outcome. How do you achieve it? When children feel connected. How are they going to feel connected? When they feel protected and they feel supported. How are they going to feel protected and supported? When the school is warm, caring and nurturing places. What does it mean to care? To anticipate the needs of children, to anticipate the threats to them, to make adequate preparation to meet those needs and mitigate those threats well before they arise. That is the meaning of care. In this case, how do 4 or 5 boys come into a room to meet a boy and they begin to beat him up? The people who have the duty of care, where were they? Don't go to bullying first. Bullying is a secondary matter in this matter. The first matter is that a child was put under your care. You took responsibility for the safety and protection of the child. And while you were sleeping, while you were not awake, under your custody, before the full clear of your custody, boys came in and they beat that boy, and you are telling us the boy was playing football. Even if they were playing football, let's assume without considering that they were playing football. If they were playing football, football was an exercise of their right to play. If children are playing, do they have the right to play without supervision? If they were playing football and the football become violent, how come you were not able to stop it? that the mouth of a boy is bleeding, his liver has swollen up, and you are telling us it's football. This denier is evil. It is there that they keep people in Lekki to bed. They were here now a child has been killed. The school is telling us rubbish. They are telling us that the boy was playing football. What kind of
Mr. Akinlami,
this is sad.
How does a parent partake in teaching their children bullying? Because I don't want to believe a child is born with the skill. Every child with their ways. But what role does a parent play? I want to believe that the lessons come from home and the training also come from home to make them better persons.
Yes, a child does not come from heaven with the bullying capacity, with hate. Even Adantala did not come from heaven as a bully. Every child that came here took the form of the society in which the child has been born. Our children are either beneficiaries or victims of our example. I have researched. I was bullied as a child. My first bullies were my parents. My father that would tie my hand, tie my legs, strip me naked, and give me 6 strokes of the cane and go and sit down. That could go on for half a day. And we lived in a face apartment where everybody minded their business except God. And people told me that the reason why my father treated me that way was because I was stubborn. And I asked them, at what point did I become stubborn? I was born into the hand of my father. I could not talk. I could not do anything. He raised me. I was a boy that could not talk, that was born into your hand, that you were packing the people, putting nappy and all of that. I did become stubborn to that. I lost control. So there's no such thing as children become control. There are parents who lost control. So what you find in our society is that children become bullies because they themselves were bullied. Children become bullies because that's how they see their parents resolve matters. I tell you that if you are running a school today, or you are running a religious place of worship and you gather children, or you are running a hospital, or you are running a recreation center and you gather children, and you do not have in place a child protection system, codified into policies, broken down into processes of implementation, on which everybody within the system is trained on their role, and this policy is subject to review in pursuant to Section 2 of the Child Rights Act of Nigeria, promulgated in 2003, which has been domesticated in 25 states of the Federation, in pursuant to the report of violence against children and the parity of action, which recommended child protection system as a solution against child abuse. You are running a crime scene.
Yeah.